Our own madam. Our own madam. How are you? Bye.
All right, let me speak to that.
The great Otumba. The great Otumba. Flying job for that people by Ghana. We give you one on the phone. Baba mi,
Move back, guys. Move back. Move back.
This is where we're passing here.
Nigeria, former president of Nigeria, statesman, global icon, one of the most important products of the Nigerian society in the 20th and the 21st century. Now we all rise. Thank you very much.
thank you. Bàbá mi ò ní dọ̀bálẹ̀ yẹn tán sà, gbogbo ẹ̀ ojoojúmọ́ ni ó máa dọ̀bálẹ̀. Former president. But they say once a senator, so why can't it be once a president, always a president? You are the president of Africa. A big round of applause for him. I will skip protocol for now and go straight to the point because Baba has so many other activities to attend to. So I will start by welcoming you with a Yoruba saying, Ojúmọ́ ti mọ́, a kò gbọ́ poroporo odó, ọ̀gànjọ́ gan, a kò gbọ́ wọ̀ṣọ̀wọ̀ṣọ̀ kọ̀ǹkọ̀ṣọ̀, kádìran méku, kádéku mẹ́ja, àfàìmọ̀, káwo má sùn lébi, àfàìmọ̀. I had to do that to encapsulate the reason we are here today. Ọ̀rọ̀ ebi ló gbé wa débi. Ọ̀rọ̀ ebi, it's about hunger. So Who else can do justice to the issue of hunger in Africa than the Ebola Baba, President, Chief Olusegun Okikiola Kanka gbogbo ayé Ọbásanjọ́. So since I'm not the lecturer, I will invite Baba in a second to start the lecture, but I want to thank everyone. It's very difficult to find Nigerians, especially on a Friday where there are weddings, there are funerals, and this hall is practically filled up. But one name attracted a lot of people. Everybody is because, are you sure Baba will come? Are you sure? No. Baba is a man of his words. Unless you kill him, he will keep his words. Thank you, Baba. May you live long, sir. Thank you, sir.
Congratulations.
Please be seated.
Clear it. Clear all the media. Please clear all the media.
Kábíyèsí, ẹ káàbọ̀, ajé apẹ́lẹ́ ajé apẹ́lẹ́. Inú mi dùn pé ẹ wà ń bí fún ọmọ yín, ọmọ wa. Ayé pẹ́ẹ́pẹ́ẹ́pẹ́ ọmọ tí ẹ torí ẹ wá dá lọ́lá náà pẹ́ẹ́pẹ́. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, if I'm saying things that are not in logical order, you will have to forgive me. The first thing I want to say is that be wiser, that in Yoruba land, wọ́n ní yìnyín yìí alẹ́ ṣe mí. You praise whoever deserves to be praised, so that you encourage him or her to continue to do more. I must confess, when I came here morning, I was really surprised at the amount of improvement that has been done here with this. So I want to thank and commend all those that have contributed to making this place a changed place that we have it. I was in Dublin attending the Interaction Council meeting when I received Dele's invitation card, putting me as lecturer and giving me a topic of how to end poverty in Africa. Really, maybe it was my own misunderstanding or your own improper briefing. When you came, you invited me, and I agreed. Until I got your invitation in writing and a card, practically a card, my telephone. I did not realize that you also want me to give a lecture. So when I got an invitation and I saw lecture, I thought, what should I do? Was Dele pulling a fast pen on me? My first reaction was to call you and tell you, Dele, I've fulfilled your invitation. But when you came to see me, it was not an invitation, or is it me that hadn't got it right? Then, while I was still debating in my mind what exactly to do, I looked at the card, and I saw that my brother, former President Godswill Akpabio, was supposed to be special guest. Well, why giving me the hard task and giving President Jonathan the soft pleasurable task? I didn't know why. But looking at the card, I saw that Ruben Abat was going to be host. What did you call him on the card? You call him host. I said, why should I have to give the lecture when Ruben Abat, who is in the media and whose job is to talk, is not giving the task of giving the lecture? So I smelled rat. I said to myself, maybe Ruben Abat, and knowing Ruben as well as I do know him, it could be part of the conspiracy that I should take on there. However, I gathered myself together and decided that, well, maybe I take on the task, because I don't know whether, as Dele used to be in the past, there's something that he found that I had done wrong, and he wanted to punish me. Because Dele himself knows that he was one of those who, one of the group which, out of great and stark ignorance, used to gather to abuse me. Of course, to my own delight and amusement for their ignorance, for which I sympathize with them. And when Dele saw the light, he became wiser. Well, some fine in dear Lord. Ọ̀nà káàbọ̀, ìjọ mẹ́ta ló fi ju Dele lọ, ayọ̀ kan nú ẹ̀ torí o léèkì. Ìjọ méjì, ìwò ìdọ̀bálẹ̀ mẹ́ta mo pé kó máa fún ẹ, Asodimeji Dele, take note. Dele, I was talking about you when you went to meet your senior brother. Maybe no. I said I was talking about you, your group, who used to gather to abuse me. And I talk of my own delight and amusement for your ignorance, which as I said, I sympathize. And when you, Dele, saw the light, you became wiser, and you told me so. Still, as I said, looking at that invitation, it was about it. And even when you heard about it, yeah, not too long ago, you could see that it could have been a conspirator with Dele in getting me here. When I took a look at the topic of the lecture, I shook my head in disagreement. How do you end? Yes, I will deliberate together mentally on ending hunger. Hunger is hunger. And you either have your stomach filled and you are satisfied, or you have your stomach empty and you are hungry. Well, they refer to what you may call my CV, and you know something about that. And it was right. I was born and bred in a village. And Yoruba man sọ wípé Atapata Day, which is a man who actually had difficulty in his upbringing. And I used to say, in my own case, I am atere from day because any Torah latitude is still better than the one who come out of Koroforo. So my background, my upbringing was in a village where there isn't much to talk about. But we were poor in the village, but we were not hungry. That very, at that time, we were poor in the village, but because almost everybody was a farmer. And the first thing you do as a farmer is to provide for your family. You were poor, but you were not. You will say today the type of food we eat, you will say it's an unbalanced diet. But balance up or no balance up, we had food. We filled our stomach. And our case is like the case of the Ralonian woman, was a devoted church goer. She was a poor woman, It addressed what always very well done, very well prepared, very neat. So the pastor came and mounted the pulpit. Amada, j'étais mon sort, pastor Tieko. And the pastor then opened up the holy Lord God Almighty. And Mama Saro got up and say, holy, but clean. That is, he thought that the first pastor was referring to her dress, which has many holes in it. And then he got up and said, Pastor, holy, but clean. So we were poor. Really. But the one. So the holy, but clean. We were poor. Now, I believe that poverty, as those who plan the program had in mind, is abject poverty. And that is poverty in which, in the worst form, or to the maximum extent, it is ignoble and extremely very hard. Let me, you will forgive me, this is the first time I'm trying to use and then if you know that I am BBC on before, now I have to get so, but when we talk of poverty, because I want to separate hunger from poverty. When we talk of poverty, it's relative. I said we were poor in the village, that we were not. A man with bicycle is a poor man compared with a man with a car. A man with Peugeot is a poor man compared with a man with Mercedes Benz. A man with a bungalow may be a poor man compared with a man with a story. So, I'd rather talk of abject poverty. And when I refer to our poverty, it was not abject poverty. It was poverty in terms of money we have in our pocket, that we are well fed, even though our food could be eba in the morning, eba in the afternoon, and maybe if we are lucky, pounded yam in the evening. It's all carbohydrate that our stomach was. I believe that the poverty that we are talking about, abject poverty, where was to see people who could not even be sure what they will have for the morning of the next day. So I want us to differentiate abject poverty, which goes along with hunger, from relative poverty, which, as I said, you can say you are poor when you have one bicycle, but you are not hungry. So now that we are on the same wavelength, we can agree that ending abject poverty will end hunger, and ending hunger will have implications for ending abject poverty. Ending abject poverty, of course, will end, and ending hunger will have implications for ending abject poverty. If you really want to find solution to a problem, you must thoroughly understand the problem and all the factors that have bearing on it and implications for the problem. So we are talking of hunger and poverty. What really is the fundamental cause of poverty and hunger? Poverty and chronic hunger, as we lay both of them out, interchangeable for discussion. We must agree that they emanate from the same element, and that element is distribution of resources. That element is distribution of. God gave us resources for the world, for a continent, for a nation. How those resources are exploited, and distributed determines hunger and poverty. Now, if we move on from there, I would say no human beings are born without certain innate ability, which must be developed for personal, family, community, and national enhancement and contribution. It is when the innate ability that God has given to you, that we have it in the Bible. We are not equally talented. We are not equally endowed, but there's nobody without one form of ability or the other. The opportunity to develop those abilities also determine whether you are poor or you are not poor. Now, therefore, I go to the beginning of the day of life, which becomes rich or stomach, it becomes filled or empty. And what is it? The beginning is first security of life. That you are able to live, security and protection of life. Before you talk of food or poverty, you have to be able to live. And that is the first thing. Then, of course, part of being able to live is to have food security. Food, and I will add food security and nutrition security. very after what I able to live. But what I said earlier, education is the basic instrument and the basis for individual cognitive development, skill acquisition, empowerment, employment, and wealth creation and generation. Education is fundamental. Now, it is the first and most potent instrument to tackle and banish poverty. Yet, as it is for an individual, it is also for a family, a community, and a nation. If you do not have knowledge, the empowerment in terms of education, you are handicapped. As an individual, as a family, as a community, as a nation, and even as a continent. Where there is no education, invariably there will be poverty. And where there is poverty, there will be hunger. Abject poverty leads. Both are jolly good bedfellows, poverty and abject hunger. With education must be character, morality, and great attributes inculcated into everyone in the community, the society, and the nation. In such a group of people, or among such people, everyone is everyone else's brother, friend, sister, keeper, in an inclusive society where there is caring and sharing. And that is the African culture, African society. Then what has happened? I come to that. The people must hold themselves in the African culture of I am because we are. You don't stand alone. You are not I, it's we. Because it is we together. Ubuntu. That's the word, the first word So at all levels, and in all walks of life, we must have leaders, particularly in the political and governance sector, whose character and attributes are as strong, commendable, and wholesome as recommended for members of the community, as earlier described. What attribute of love, attribute of we are together, attribute of whatever concerns you concerns me, attribute of we, attribute of community. We talk of communality, not communism, communality. And that is the way that we have what makes us together. You have a share, I have a share. Leaders must also
between hunger and poverty
the leaders
and other issues.
Yes. We need
governance,
leaders to achieve
climate change,
the
conflict,
of
famine, and all the other issues that you can think of, whether it's in Congo or elsewhere in Africa. And as leader of Nigeria,
condition,
head of
situation,
1975 to 1979.
conducive, pronounced with very advanced. Let us now consider the leadership issue, which is a very paramount issue in all human affairs, starting from the family, leadership, community, leadership, in the market, leadership, in the church, leadership. There is no human organization that does not strive for leadership. There's more particular in the political, because politics is the master. Everything that politics is the master. So what we need, who is a leader? Maxwell, a great expert on the issue of leadership, simply described a leader as an influencer. Then who, therefore, is the leader? Everybody wants for the leader. Because you can influence. You can influence. So, first, we have ATIKU. We have what God has endowed us with, which must develop. And then that development in terms of education empowers. And that development also makes you be an effective or a bad leader, depending on the attributes that you take along with it, because of you can influence. Let's now consider leadership nurture. Leadership nurture, prepared and inculcated for continued good influence, and like Jesus Christ, going about doing. And at political level, good governance through good leadership. Since I have made reference to Jesus Christ as it is said him, you will kindly permit me to use example of Jesus Christ, who was unmatchable, exemplary leader. First, his birth was not shrouded in secrecy, lies and untruth. We know his mother. We know his mother, Mary, his father, his earthly father. They didn't make any thing about it, and how he came to be born. It was all put for us. The circumstances of his birth, and we know him as Jesus of Bethlehem, even the village where he was. We know of his childhood. At the age of 12, we are given his growth and development up to the age of 30 years, when he commenced his mission. A leader's life and history must be an open book. I told you about this thing. You know how I try to use it, but I will get there. Just have to take certain patience. This is the first time I will do it. But I will not do it again. Oh. Yeah, I was just trying to prove to you that I'm not as illiterate as people may think I am using computer. But I've now found that I've messed it up again. Well, talking of leadership and a leader as an influencer. So a leader, an influencer, and can influence what? Yeah. A leader can influence what? And can influence what? Yeah. He can lead well, or he can lead badly. So what then do we need to do to ensure that we have I've got it. What then do we need to do to make sure that we get it right? First, we must ensure that there's no lack of education. Lack of education for a child gives that child every high probability of being abjectly poor and falling into hunger trap. Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, let me conclude on my strong conviction and equally on strong warning. With integrity, discipline, good governance, elimination of corruption and waste, Nigeria can get rid of abject poverty and chronic hunger within a decade and a half. We have 24 children that should be in 24 million children that should be in school that are not in school. 24 million out of 244 in the world. We have 10% of the world children that should be in school that are not in school. If we are going to talk of eliminating hunger and abject poverty, we must get all those children into school. And as I said, I believe we do it well. In 15 years, we can get our population almost 100% educated in 15 years. But to do that, you need the right leadership. And if we have that, as I said, good governance, elimination of corruption and waste, Nigeria can get rid of abject poverty and chronic hunger within a decade and a half. If China can do it, China lifted 700 million people. I have been in China. I've been in their rural area where I live with people, poor people who, in winter, for heating their rooms, is the cooking that they allowed the smoke to go under their bed. That's how they heat their room. But within a space of 15 years, China lifted 700 million people out of poverty. So we can achieve if all things are equal. And as I said, if China can do it, we can do it. We have human and non-human material to banish poverty and hunger from Nigeria. But what applies to Nigeria applies to almost all other countries in Africa. Nigeria should have no business with poverty and abject poverty and hunger. God has not made that our law. Rather, it is the conscious and unconscious choice of Nigerian leaders. And this is no different from any other African country in similar situation. That situation must be changed. Now comes the strong warning. If we don't take up the responsibility to take care of educating the uneducated and integrating them into constructive, productive, and gainfully engage them within the society, the uneducated and the unemployed will take care of us all as unpleasantly as they can make it. We are all sitting on kegs of gunpowder. To be forewarned is to be forearmed. We should create no room for the poor and the hungry, because in desperation, their fury will be uncontrollable. The good news, though, is that God has endowed us with adequate resources in Nigeria to have no abject poor and chronic hunger among us. So are many other countries in Africa that are also richly endowed. Let me take one of the countries that is regarded as poor in Africa, DRC. Right now, I'm involved in the DRC. This is a country that has 9 countries at its neighbor that borders with them, and the sea. So, the largest in Africa. No other country in Africa is bordered by 9 countries. It's a country that has 2 time zones, the only country in Africa. The time in Kinshasa is 1 hour behind the time in Goma. It's a country that is 2.5 times the size of Nigeria. 2.5 times the size of Nigeria. It's a country that has about 1/3 the population of Nigeria. It's a country that has 60% of the cobalt, and if we are talking of battery car and all that, you need cobalt. 60% of the cobalt deposit in the world is in DRC. That's a neighbor of DRC that has no cobalt and is exporter of cobalt. There's a country, neighbor of DRC, that didn't have gold it has 8 gold refineries. And that country, DRC, is still regarded as one of the poorest countries in Now, how can that be? If all things are right. I was first in DRC on the 1st of October 1960 as a young officer under the UN peacekeeping. In 2009, I was sent to DRC again by Ban Ki-moon, and I was there for 18 months just to see what is going on. The problem of DRC in 1960 was still there in 2009. And the problem of DRC in 1960 and 2009 are even more there today. Now, I give that as a typical example. You can take any other country. They will be more or less in the same situation. It may be just a little bit different. So, what am I saying? What am I saying is simple. That leadership matters. And what applies to Nigeria applies to any other country. I'm not giving an example. Nigeria should have no business, as I've said, with poverty. And this is no different from Malawi, Egypt, Zambia, any other country. Now, so we are all endowed. What matters is what we make of the endowment. We have no reason to complain. Why we are complaining is because we are not doing enough for ourselves. Why are we poor? We are poor because unwittingly we are chosen to be poor. Let me give another example. Some time ago, when I was president, there was a problem in Guinea-Bissau. And I was chair of AU. John Kufuor of Ghana was chair of ECO. And then I said to him, let's go. And he said, where are we going? I said, we are going to Guinea-Bissau. Meet me at the airport. And he did. And what we have? We met at the airport. He came into my plane. And as we were about to land, he looked, everything was green. Water, green. And he said to me, hey, my brother, this country should not be poor. I said, my brother, tell me which country should be poor in Africa. And that is true. Which country should be poor in Africa? When we got there, this is a country, if you plant any food, any tropical food, it will grow tropically. We got to the hotel. We had imported grape. Not banana, not orange, not pineapple, not tangerine, imported grape. We had imported apple. So I told President Godswill, I said, I am protesting. He said, how are you protesting? I said, I'm protesting by not eating this food that they put here. And that is the type of life that we give to ourselves. Now, I believe what God, we should pray God who has endowed us with all the resources, that you should also endow us with the provision of leadership for great leap forward for Nigeria and for global Africa. The leadership. Dele, thank you for successfully pulling a fast one on me. And if I know Ruben, as I said, maybe he has some hand in the conspiracy. But Dele, in all seriousness, on my own behalf and on behalf of all of us here and all your friends who are not here, but who wish you well, and especially on behalf of Babesi and your senior friend who has lost, brother, who has lost one day from the 3 days that you were senior to you. I congratulate you most heartily. And I hope that 5 years from now, when you will be celebrating your 70th, you will invite me properly. And I will answer you adequately. And on that occasion, we will be able to examine what progress Africa has made in banishing hunger and poverty. Because until we are able to do that, we are not going to be recognized as right as we should be recognized by the international community. That I know, and I believe that you know. Africa has embarked on a journey of making Africa what God has created it to be, a land flowing with milk and honey. To achieve that, we need all hands on deck, and particularly the hands of our leaders, to make sure that we are able to turn God's resources to our benefit. Thank you.
Now is when I will ask for another round of applause for Chief Olusegun Obasanjo. Some people are not laughing.
Yeah, and we will see what that the second.
Your Excellency, our very father, not only the nation Nigeria, but the father of the entire African people. Please, I want you all to give Baba a resounding round of applause. Baba, Araya Male, Inogbon, Ati Imo, Ati Oye. We're all very proud of you. And I personally, I revere you so very much. Every time I have opportunity to talk about you, I can hold on to the microphone and spend hours as the spiritual head of our race. I can go in trance today and spend 4 hours talking about Baba, and you are all in trouble. You won't leave this hall because you won't even feel it. You will continue to hear about the definition of grace, the definition of honor. I won't call it luck, but anything rishada, Baba, you will continue to grow in wisdom, in honor, in good health. How many elders can stand in front of all of us here for close to over an hour? It's not possible. You have found a lot of grace in your Creator. God will continue to bless you. Thank you for honoring the celebrant, our very own Bob D. A lot of people don't understand the nexus between Bob D and Ife. Bob D is actually a true blood of the throne and is part of the throne of Oduduwa. In all ramification, his youthful age, his conception, all the good things, all the bad things, and all the ugly things he learned in this world, he got them from the throne.
No bad thing.
You have found a great favor to have put and pulled these eminent people together in this country. May God continue to honor your part. On behalf of Bob D, I want to thank all of you for finding time to come out of your very busy schedule. You left all the works and everything that you're doing to honor him. Please, I want you all to give yourself a resounding round of applause for this one. My very own Excellency, my ever humblest governor, with a very noble heart, a jolly good fellow. I have never seen anybody that will beat you in dance step in this country. But pay attention. You didn't clap very well. But you beat Baba. Please leave Baba, don't break Baba's back. Baba is still useful for us. But please pay attention. He's dancing and he's walking at the same time. So please give him a resounding round of applause. If I charge my Excellency for that, he will give you some very wonderful dancing steps right now. And honestly speaking, I'm not joking, because right here on the podium, you have a singing king. And then when you combine it with a dancing governor, we will take over this podium completely. Do you want to try us? You want to try us? The nays have it. I thought you would have said no, then you would have had the day for yourself. But you all said yes. Your Excellency, God bless you. and God bless all the works of your hand. I greet all elders that are here because of time. I can go on and on. But for me, I'm going to take a snippet from what our Baba said about who we are and the race we belong to beyond Nigeria. Growing up, I used to think, is there anything fundamentally wrong with a black man? Today is still a question I'm trying to decipher. But a lot of people, because of our very short attention span, probably you wouldn't have listened attentively to what Baba said throughout. But I listened very happily. And thanks to Baba, led by Dr. Ruben Abati, for this summary. I think it's a very strong take-home for all of us to know that to end poverty and hunger, it's in the hands of you and I. And it's about time for us to be serious. Look at what Baba said when he was with the president of Ghana and they were flying to Guinea-Bissau. And they got to the hotel, a Greenland full of milk and honey that can produce anything in this world. Yet, they got to the hotel, they saw imported apple, imported grape. The same thing happens in this our their country, Nigeria. I have so many examples. Even our leaders, governors and presidents, when they are hosting you, what they are using to feed you, they are all imported. Look at as simple as butter, as simple as basic dishes that they are going to give you to eat. They are all done outside the walls of our continent. So let us apply Baba Obasanjo's approach. I want all of us to look at ourselves from head to toe and talk truthfully to yourself. What is truly made in this country that I'm putting on? Everything, both internal wares and external wear. Some of us here, maybe only me, I'm about the only traditional ruler here. Maybe some underneath Pante and Luwu and all what have you. I inherited them from Baba Obasanjo anyway. But truthfully speaking, everything you eat on a daily basis, your meal, where are they made? What you're wearing, where did they come from? From Anambra, from Abia, from Katsina, from Lagos State, from Ogun State, from Kogi State. Let's keep asking ourselves this question. For me, on this throne, I pay very conscious effort, and I can tell you boldly, almost 90% of what I'm wearing, internally and externally, including the Pante, is made from Nigeria. You want to find out about that Pante? I know you will be very inquisitive about that. Baba, should I give them that go ahead to find out?
We'll come for it. We'll come for it.
Actually, so for me, a very short story to round up. I did one project and I actually lured Baba to come and bless the project. And when Baba got there, I told Baba that we didn't spend $1 on this project. Baba was very amazed and couldn't believe it. Baba got very energized and said, okay, I'm going to spend more time. I was thinking I would just spend a few minutes, but I'm so impressed We all moved around. Time to sit down. I told Baba about the chair, everything, the people that made, I brought all of them out, including the TV, the AC, everything made in Nigeria, assembled, made in Nigeria. And that's the truth. So we sat down. I'm going somewhere. We sat down on the chair, like 4 of us. I'm happy Yadra was here, was there that day too. She's here too. Myself, Baba, Yadra, and someone else came to join us. The next thing we heard was, boom, the chair just broke. And you know, Baba, out of his hilarious ways and means of doing things, he said, Kabiyesi, don't worry. It's made in Nigeria, but the chair just settled. It's settlement. You know, when I learned something that day, I was angry. But he was able to calm me down that, don't worry, we will get there. This is pure patronage. If everybody can be bold enough to patronize what is our own, the chair that got broken today, you will improve on it and take it to another level. On this note, I want to challenge each and every one of us. If we want to break poverty in this country, let us be patriotic. Patriotism, patriotism, and patriotism. God bless you, and God bless our dear country, Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Back here. Back here.
Speak for my brother and let us sing. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Dele Momodu. Happy birthday to you. For he's a jolly good fellow. For he's a jolly good fellow. For he's a jolly good fellow. And so say all of us. And so say all of us. And so say all of us. For he's a jolly good fellow. For he's a jolly good fellow. For he's a jolly good fellow. And so say all. Ìjìnlẹ̀ nínú ìjìnlẹ̀. Ẹ ṣeun o. Ìjìnlẹ̀ nínú ìjìnlẹ̀. Ẹ ṣeun o. Aláàbí sọ̀rọ̀. Ẹ ṣeun o. Òní mi sọ̀rọ̀. I love you so much. Thank you very much.
I'm sure nobody was surprised. Governor Dele started with songs, he ended with songs, and a lot of dance.
Elders, diplomatic corps, members of the media, on behalf of the people and the government of South Africa, I'd like to take this opportunity to say happy birthday to my brother Dele Momodu. This is the second time my wife and I become part of this very beautiful occasion. We are constantly humbled by the themes that are addressed during these sessions, and we are deeply touched by Baba's exposition on how Africa can deal with poverty. And for us as South Africa, as we celebrate 31 years of unbroken diplomatic relations between South Africa and Nigeria, we say we join hands with the people and the government of Nigeria in ensuring that we work together to eliminate the scourge of poverty, inequality, and unemployment. Honorable Governor Dele will be very interested to know that I was talking to Mr. Banks yesterday, telling him that I will be delivering a letter to him today addressed to yourself, Honorable Governor, that we are planning a follow-up meeting with yourself to focus on issues of common interest and mutual benefit with the state of Osun, the state of Gauteng, and the state of Northwest in South Africa. Our main focus is going to be agriculture, agro-processing, it's going to be tourism, and all other areas of interest, including student and academic exchange programs. So we are deeply touched that this event also focuses on areas that are geared towards eliminating poverty. To you, my dear brother, Bob D, may you be richly blessed. Your sons are here. They were a little bit shy in being acknowledged, but I understand it's the age. We also pay gratitude to your beautiful wife for giving you a life that is stress-free. And we're looking forward to another 5 years of God's grace. God bless you. Thank you.
Dele Momodu. And this side of Dele Momodu, the good wishes are coming from Ghana, because as much as he's Nigerian, he's also Ghanaian, 100% Ghanaian. And I'm so humbled that I'm able even to attend his 65th birthday. We go back years, 3 decades, I think. And he's been a brother, a father, a mentor, and everything to myself and my late husband. And today I stand here and ask for God's blessing. First of all, long life, good health, divine favor and grace, and everything that his heart desires, God should grant unto him. And we'll meet here again in the next, I don't know how many more years God will give him, but I pray for more years that we'll meet again and celebrate him in glory and victory. God bless you, Dele. And we love you so much. And this is a special message from JM, His Excellency President John Mahama. He is also a dear friend of yours. He wasn't able to come here, but he sends his best wishes to you. Thank you.
See, when Shakespeare beheld a very beautiful woman, he didn't know what else to say, and then he acknowledged Thank you, sir. Please, Mrs. Momodu, please join me. So while he was trying to acknowledge a beautiful woman, he didn't have any word. And so he did everything in a rhetorical question. And that's why he said, shall I compare thee to a summer's day? And then he answered himself, he said, no, thou art more lovely and more temperate. Now, there's nothing we can compare Bob D to. There is absolutely nothing we can compare him to. He is so great. Such a great man. Such a wonderful person. There is nothing we can give him as a gift that will be a measure of what he is. To us, first, I don't know about you, but to us, there is nothing we can give him as a measure. And so we decided to encapsulate his achievements in a document. Everybody put his hands together, please. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Bless you. May the good Lord bless you. May the good Lord bless you. Your man. May the good Lord bless you. He's a jolly good fellow. He's a jolly good fellow. And so said all of us. Hooray! He's a jolly good fellow. He's a jolly good fellow. Oh, he's a jolly good fellow. don't love us. A round of applause for Bob D one more time, please.